woman's lace lingerie peeked out from her clothing. When the man noticed it, he mistook it for a signal from his assistant. Then, after catching a glimpse of the assistant's deliberately exposed bare shoulder, Jack didn't hesitate. He leaned in and kissed her. Lucy stood there in shock, then left feeling hurt and betrayed. Later, Lucy went to see a lawyer, hoping to get some compensation for lost wages. But when the lawyer heard she'd been sexually harassed at work, he immediately calculated an astronomical settlement figure, and so, a legal notice arrived at Jack's home addressed to his wife, who suffered from depression. Upon learning about her husband's behavior, his wife's mental state began to unravel. While bathing their 3-year-old daughter, the little girl kept asking to play with Lucy. This triggered something in the wife's depression, and in a terrible moment, she accidentally drowned the child in the bathtub. Devastated and broken, the wife then took too many pills and died in their home. When Jack returned that evening, he found the horrific scene and the lawyer's letter on the table. He instantly understood everything. The court mediation began soon after. Faced with the massive settlement demand, Jack signed the check without hesitation. He left behind a manuscript for a novel and walked out of the courtroom. No one could see that beneath his calm exterior lay a heart set on revenge. The writer's unusual composure puzzled Lucy. Only then did she learn the full story from the judge. Looking at a drawing on the wall that the little girl had given her, Lucy was consumed with guilt. To lift their spirits, Lucy's family used Jack's settlement money to buy a beach house and began living a comfortable life. One day, Lucy walked into a convenience store and suddenly saw Jack. Her heart raced with fear. She rushed home to tell her family about her concerns, but they brushed it off. That same evening, Lucy's brother drowned at the beach. Lucy was at the scene and saw Jack there with a vicious look on his face. She was certain Jack was the killer. However, after the police investigation, her brother's death was ruled an accident. But she firmly believed things couldn't be that simple. From then on, Lucy lived in constant fear. She struggled through 2 long years until one day she saw Jack on television. During the interview, Jack talked about his new thriller novel and mentioned he'd found his muse. Just then, Lucy received a call from her brother saying their parents had eaten poisonous mushrooms and were on their way to the hospital. By the time Lucy arrived, her father had already passed away. Her mother's liver was severely damaged, and she would likely remain in a vegetative state. Hearing this, Lucy collapsed to the floor. She was now absolutely certain this was all Jack's revenge.